Yup. So you mad at the Huff today, huh?
I ain't mad.
No, I know. I'm just fucking with you. I know.
I think it's just overkill.
You mean celebrating?
I ain't making a big deal about it.
Yeah, I can dig it.
I only
I
say it
can.
because it be a lot of the same people that be bashing motherfuckers for celebrating pagan holidays. And then
Right, right.
that's all. I just be talking shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody do.
No, I know. I know more. I know more or less. You just be cracking jokes for real. For real.
Yeah, I just like getting a response out of people when it comes to shit like that.
Right. I don't know why people. I don't know what this holiday is that people are talking about. People been speaking on it forever though.
Say that again.
I said I don't know what this holiday is people be talking about. I ain't never look at it like a holiday. I just always look at it like something fun to do.
Yeah, the dudes that did it started smoking weed at 4:20 every day.
Yeah.
So that's when they changed it. And then that shit from I guess 7:10. MB, did you still want to read her? You seen her? Huh? Oh, she good. She good. Thank you, though. No, earlier you was looking for. Okay, I got you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Right. Ah, boy, oh boy. But yeah, for the most part, I get it though. I
Now they say, you know how they say 710. The 710 joint, if you flip it over, it spells oil. So they're talking about, I guess, the hemp oil or whatever. You know what I mean?
uh-huh.
Some type of weed oil or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that shit.
Man, man. Yo, I'm mad everybody been talking about the damn finale of Snowfall. I ain't watched the shit yet.
Yeah, I was trying to watch it, but I had run get this equipment for the cooking Saturday.
What's up for Saturday?
You know the motorcycle we having the cooking the food and shit, selling the dinners and everything. You
Oh
want to
shit,
come
where
out?
y'all gonna be at?
American Legion outside.
I'll be down there and get a dinner. Yeah.
Shit, you might well come help out.
Word.
And right, eat for free.
What you need help cooking? Y'all need help cooking?
Huh? Damn right.
All right. What time I need to be down there? Cause I don't got work Saturday, so.
Well, shit, we're gonna be down there at 9, but that's up to you because we're gonna be going till like 5 or 6. So it's up to you. We're gonna be down there. But I want I'm gonna take some ribs and shit down there to cook for us.
Right, right.
So I'm gonna get them bring a little grill.
Word, word. I said, yeah, you ready to get the ribs jumping?
You feel me?
Hell yeah. Man, everybody. I guess everybody too fried, yo. Everybody rocking with us today. We in here.
Got everybody fried up. And plus that
Everybody
damn
fried.
that game on too.
Oh shit.
Playoff game.
The playoffs on.
Yeah, people already been fussing about that shit.
That's wild. But yeah, yo. So I was something I already talked to you about, yo. We were just on the news. I meant to tell you about the shit earlier. The boy Jonathan Majors, yo.
Yeah.
He's saying this motherfucker, they said like 6 or 7 more women that came forward, yo.
Man, they say he verbally abusive. I ain't hear nobody say that he was ass whipping abusive.
But he lost. He was supposed to do the biopic of Sam Cooke.
Man, that bitch lost a lot of
I mean,
shit, bro.
not Sam Cooke, Otis man. His management
The
company
people
dropped
from
him. It's wild.
the band was from the army dropped him. He was supposed to do some commercials for army. He lost all this shit. But the thing
Yeah,
is,
that was the first
the
part.
the charges are alleged. And she said she that it didn't happen. So that shit crazy to me. But
Yeah,
like I
that's
said,
what I said.
man, listen. I post a joint today. They let motherfucking all right. This man cases are they don't have no evidence. He the one called the police. He called the
Yeah, oh, the
police
shit
on
with
the
the girl
tip.
in the cab. Yeah.
So they charging him, but she came back and said it wasn't domestic violence. Dana White slapped his wife on fucking TV. I mean, right on the video camera, and we acting like ain't nothing never happened.
Doobie, what up, Doobie?
What up?
Yeah,
You
I
feel
mean,
me?
yeah, like I get it though. I agree 100%. We know it's a certain set of standards that we got to live by that everybody else don't, or that other races of men don't. I'll say that.
Yeah, that
I'll say
shit
that.
wild. You
Yeah,
keep
I know. Yeah,
we
I know.
overlook stuff like that all the time, and like you don't see nobody protesting against the ultimate fighting because Dana White whipped his wife ass. Still got sponsorship, still got people sponsoring the business and everything.
Absolutely.
That man, I don't know if he did it or not, but all I'm saying is if y'all saying it's alleged, and then his lawyer even came up. If you see the interview, one of the interviews, his lawyer came up and said that they have actual video footage that the shit ain't happened.
Right.
So why y'all keep dropping everybody off of alleged shit? Yo, even Michael Irvin.
Yeah, and that turned out to be a whole fucking lie though.
Everything always is, but you get paid, you get charged for it like it's actual fact. I put on a Facebook post years ago that a lie has more effect on the world than a goddamn truth. You can make up something about somebody. You can make up something about somebody, and everybody will be like, "Yeah, that looked like something he would do." You could tell the truth about somebody, like, "Yo, that Bama, he good people's, or she good, her business good," and everybody be like, "I don't know about that."
People will believe the worst about you before they
Yeah.
believe some truthful shit. Yeah.
At all times. Shit disgusting. That's some shit to put out there about somebody though. You feel me? To put something out there like that about somebody, you gonna ruin, like she ruining that man's life.
Say it again and chopped up. What you say? What you say?
I said that's some terrible shit to put out there about somebody. She ruining.
Oh yeah, and I mean she's probably an agent. Absolutely, she's probably an agent of chaos, or they say a agent provocateur. Somebody sent out there to cause some misfunction and some fucked up shit to have somebody. Same shit they did to Black Panther. Same shit they tried to do to Martin Luther King. You know what I mean, with the cheating and all that shit. So yeah, I could believe it. I could believe she's an agent provocateur or a merchant of chaos sent in to cause disruption because his star rose so fast.
Man, if I was a millionaire, I would go. I probably would try to date my high school sweetheart or somebody that's from my hood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, cause them motherfuckers in Hollywood be wilding. They be
real
wild.
Shit though. I 100% agree with you on that shit though. They really do, yo, and they be having some wild shit going on, yo.
Yeah.
They be having some wild shit going on, bro. That Hollywood shit different. But like, cause I read what's the name books when she put them out. Yo, the chick Superhead.
Yeah, she is.
I read her books. Yeah. Like the shit she was saying about these niggas in Hollywood, yo.
Yeah. Old girl be doing that shit too. What's her name? The singer.
Oh yeah, your girl Jaguar. Yo, you fuck with Jaguar, right? That's your motherfucking people. Yo, you be fucking with her.
That man was clowning. Yo, Jaguar, right? We were putting your shit out there, boy. You did something around her. You a brave motherfucker.
Yo, she said that shit about Common though.
Common, Diddy. She talked to all of them bammers.
She said she went to sleep and she woke up. Common was trying to give her the sheboygan in the mouth. Yeah, I was like, damn,
crazy.
Damn.
She walked past. She said she walked in on Christopher Williams, right, the singer, and he was in hitting something Puffy off, and Puffy told her, I got it like that. I'm the most powerful man out here. Anytime I get a man to do that just to get some money.
Wow.
Yeah, she put that shit out there. She was talking about all the little gay parties that he be having. She said this shit years ago, right? And everybody else was like, man, not trying to put that shit out there, but it's now everybody coming out saying they seen that shit. They literally seen it with their own two eyes.
A lot of people say that shit about Andre Harrell too, though. They said Andre Harrell got down like that too.
Man, all them niggas gay, man. Be honest with you.
He said all them niggas.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, the shit that it's like this. If you look at the industry, right? Because I remember it started with back in the day with movies with the Bama that started Star Wars.
George Lucas.
No, that ain't the original. Who's the original creator of Star Wars? What's his name?
I thought it was George Lucas.
Well, anyway, they said Alabama, everybody that played on Star Wars was doing a bunch of gay shit with him. And they really put it out there when Samuel Jackson. They like, how the fuck you think Samuel Jackson gonna star in a movie like that?
Oh, you're talking about being in the Star Wars joint?
Yeah.
And being a very prominent character in Star Wars too, because Mace Windu wasn't no bitch.
Yeah. And then you know how they be saying, most of them dudes, they do gay shit, then they next thing you know, they start getting paid. They start starring in big movies. Hey, George Lucas. But they said they caught Samuel Jackson giving that man head.
Damn. For real?
Yeah.
That's wild. I ain't never heard that about Samuel.
Yeah, I heard, man. I be watching all that. I used to watch all that shit back in the day.
Hey, I got this Black Card Revoke game, right? So I figured if enough motherfuckers join, I'm gonna ask some questions off this shit. Wow, yo. You ever played this?
Nah.
It's questions that's considered like questions for Black culture.
Yeah.
And what you do is you have teams. You can have anywhere from 2 to 6 teams, and they get 4. You get letters to pick from. It's multi-choice questions, and you just answer questions that's considered questions involving the Black culture, and the majority rule wins. So whoever has, like, whichever groups pick the same letter, then it wins. So, like, I can give you an example. Hold on, I'm gonna ask you this question. Which is the best show or movie featuring the actor Leon? A, 5 Heartbeats, B, Waiting to Exhale, C, Above the Rim, or D, The Temptations?
Damn. I would say 5 Heartbeats.
Right. So now what would happen is it would be a bunch of teams and everybody would pick a letter. So if everybody picked 5 Heartbeats, then that would be because it's a majority rules thing. Or the
Oh,
walk.
okay.
Yeah, but it's like, but you'd be surprised how many people, like, okay, according to mama, why shouldn't a woman put her purse on the floor? A, it'll get stolen. B, it'll make it dirty. C, is bad luck.
Bad luck.
Or D, right, that's what I've always been told is bad luck. Oh, here we go. What song is most played during the first dance at a black wedding? A, Here and Now by Luther. Real Love by Eric Benet. Forever by Jaheim. Or Love of My Life by Brian McKnight.
Damn. No. Say that one more time.
Which song is most played during the first dance at a black wedding? I guess meaning the dance that the first dance the groom and the bride have together. It's Here and Now by Luther. Real Love by Eric Benet. Forever by Jaheim. Or Love of My Life by Brian McKnight. I would have to say, I can't say I've heard any of these songs in the first dance, you know?
Oh, me either.
Yeah. Let me see. Hold on.
Well, for my age, I would pick Luther.
Right. Hold on. Let's see. All right, here you go. Who was your favorite television couple? Heathcliff and Claire Huxtable, Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv, dark skin Aunt Viv, Dwayne and Whitley, or Martin and Gina?
Mine would be, to be honest with you, it would be the Huxtables, but I think everybody would pick the Huxtables, but I would pick Martin and Gina because they were funny. But I would.
You said who you pick?
I would pick the Huxtables.
You said who?
The Huxtables.
The Huxtables. Who was that? Said Martin and Gina. There we go. Now I can see the question. That's Doobie. All right, Doobie. Hey, Doobie, if you want to jump in, yo, I can send you the link, yo.
And the only thing I like about what's the name? Like, and after a while, they start making black men let their wives run over top of them in them shows. Cliff ain't do that. Listen,
I was watching a Tyler Perry joint with Camera, the show Sisters.
Yeah.
Yo, Tyler Perry does not like to paint black men in a strong light, yo.
No, that's everybody.
And if they strong, they evil ass niggas though.
Yeah, fuck you up like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole Hollywood.
True
I
shit.
was digging Sisters for a while, but they making like all those shows. They make like the men weak to they women. Like their women want every fucking thing. What show? Who was it? Shit, the last time I actually seen a strong man in the household was James Evans.
Ass.
But Bill Cosby, he didn't bow down to his wife as much. But I don't know. It just I got tired of seeing shows with the. It's like the dude just don't run nothing in his family. Don't run nothing. The woman don't even respect his manhood. I don't know.
TDH, what up, though?
Thank you.
Well, all right, hold on. Here we go. Other than slavery, what has had the most profound impact on the community? Segregation, crack cocaine, the death of Martin Luther King Jr., or rap?
Segregation.
The most profound impact?
Yeah.
I said the same thing. Who said crack? That was you, Doobie, said crack?
Segregation allowed us to stop being in black restaurants. We had our own black culture, black everything, but we wanted so bad to go downtown with them and eat in their restaurants and I don't know why motherfuckers want to go to places where people didn't want you at and spend your money. But when they started segregating things, it took away from our whole community. Before the segregation happened, before crack fucked up a lot of shit in the black community. The segregation, it opened doors for everything to be fucked up. But we got being like us and start being like them.
So you don't think segregation kind of pushed us to build a little bit better?
No. When we were segregated, look at the Tulsa.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. Tulsa, Oklahoma.
When we were separated, we did better without trying to be around them.
I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? We was doing for just us and not bringing money to them. They was
when it was by choice. When it was by choice, you feel like it was stronger when it was by choice for us.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I like that point. I like that point. I can respect that point. Absolutely.
It's a whole bunch of different spots. It's a whole bunch of different spots that the same thing happened in Tulsa. It's a whole bunch of different spots. If you look up it's these damn cities that they build lakes over top of.
Right.
Read the history on them shits. They're gonna tell you how those black people in that city area was in that city area, they was thriving. They was bringing more money in the black community. You know, they say that the most of the money spent in this country is coming from the black community, but we were spending it with each other back then when we were forced to be segregated.
They say, go ahead. I'm bad. Finish.
No, I'm just saying we was better off because we had to spend at black stores, or you could go to the white stores and get bullshit. When you get off, look up those places where all of those cities that are underwater now and shit like that, or was demolished. It was because white people was jealous and they came and tore everything out. That's why they did that in Tulsa. The guys in Tulsa was actually ready to, and it's proven, do overseas trade. Just with the black people in Tulsa. That's why they started doing the shit they was doing and ran it down.
Word. Huh.
I mean, you agree or disagree with whatever you want, but all I'm saying is before crack hit, we had already been segregated. Once they segregate everything, we just they ruined everything. We had our own leaders, we had our own money, we had our own property, and everywhere that was thriving was destroyed by somebody. That took away generations of wealth. Like you take a dude that's in Tulsa, he a banker, right? He take that wealth and hand that down generation after generation after generation. Right. They can't do that shit now because they burnt the fucking thing down. They had business people own movie theaters. That's generational wealth. And it's gone. So now you got these people you took their wealth from them. Now they're running around in the hood, generations after generations after generations. Now the crack epidemic comes. That's 30, 40 years after.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
I'm not saying I'm 100% right. I'm just giving my opinion on it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I was actually watching something about that, and they was talking about it, and the dude from the CIA was like, I don't think they said, so we're going to give it to this specific person. He said, I think they just didn't care who they gave the cocaine and shit to, as long as it was gotten rid of. Yeah. But they
oh no, that's a lie.
I said that too. Like, I knew we know for a fact that it was specifically targeted to certain neighborhoods because that's what it was. I mean, it, like I said, it was actually like a discussion about like all of the things that we feel like hurt the black community, like debating and all that. But that happened to be the longest subject they talked about was the crack epidemic. But ultimately, like it's a lot. I think a lot of things can be attributed to because I was told that the black dollar only stays in the black community for like 30 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. It's less than that now. That's exactly my point. That's my point. It goes to everywhere else. And what it did was it built their pockets up so they can destroy us. It's all financial. We supported our oppressors. They dropping crack cocaine in a black community. Didn't nobody say that you had to use that cocaine? So they could drop that shit in the community and don't nobody use it. But segregation first was forced on us and then coming together, open it up, open doors for a lot, yo. Like I said, all that money was staying in that community. It's still said these days that the black dollar is spent way more in this country. I mean, is what keeps the country running because the way we spend. Now, just imagine that we spending all that money in our own community. That's how the Jews got rich. That's how the Italians did it. Everybody did it except us.
Yeah, yo, that's crazy. Oh, shit. Hold on. We got a special guest in the house with us. Y'all know him from Project 360. Brother Lime Green, what up?
What's up, man? What's good? Can y'all hear me?
Malcolm Jamel Warner.
What's going on, folks?
What's up with you?
Shit.
Hold on, let me turn this volume up real quick.
That's what's good. 420 mayor.
Man, you know what? I had a fucking headache today.
So well,
I couldn't do shit. Yeah, I've been laying down all evening and shit. This ain't the 420 I expect.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, yo. You know that piling, yo.
Oh, right. That shit out there like stick on your car like cheesecake.
I'm trying to tell you.
Hello. You're literally the person I love.
I'm trying to tell you that's what that shit terrible, yo.
No, see, dude, listen. If you look at the shit right, everywhere we started stepping our game up and making financial strides. If you check the history, you think I'm bullshit, look at it. There's always a time where they said a black dude raped a white woman and they tore everything down. That was their good excuse to get everybody on board. They did it in Tulsa, they did it to Emmett Till, but they did that shit in several different places in this country where, like I say, if you look it up, they ran black people out of areas that we just took over land. There's a series about what's the name of the damn, I can't think of that shit. I got so much shit in my mind. I be reading. I can't think of the name of the city. Or the state that it's in. It's in St. Louis. They got a whole black community that bitch was thriving years and years ago, and they took that shit over. Same thing all the
time. There's a lot more Tulsa joints happening. They said, that's the one they gave us, but that shit happened everywhere.
That's what I'm telling them. That shit destroyed us. Only reason why they did Tulsa was because Tulsa was the most. Them dudes in there, everybody in that joint was damn near a millionaire. Everybody in there was doing was doing trade and business and would not get nobody white their money.
Hey, bro, you notice that they waited until the 100-year anniversary. I said this the other day. I said, how in the hell, as much history as I done looked up all these years, I ain't never heard nothing about that till like 5 years prior to the anniversary, 100 years of when they actually did it. Then you started hearing about it. They took that zone away.
Yeah. I learned about it years ago when we was young, because they down 20, they had these dudes coming down there when we was young, these black dudes, and they came in the wreck, and they used to teach us stuff like that. But they was dumb bitches. I can't say they was damn near installing racism in us because we was so young. They was speaking on some deep shit, and they was teaching us about the black culture, and they was showing us how white people just was turning us, fucking us up, yo. Everything we ever did.
It need to be known, though.
It does. It does. But if you can't distinguish between what they were saying and your reality, that shit will have your ass a stone racist.
Yeah. Hey, listen. That's how I gotta talk to my kids, man. Like, I don't want just tell them no shit that's straight up black and white. You know what I'm saying? So I tell them in a way that I'm not telling them to say, hey, this always gonna be the wrong side and this is always gonna be the right side. I'm like, you gotta be careful how you give that to the children. But it's fucked up because they definitely need something to combat that shit, because they definitely gonna experience.
Yeah.
And already.
And they not ready for it, Greenie. I'm glad you said that, because they ain't ready. I have black kids getting fucked up all over America right now. They're getting fucked up all over the country. Even look, Rosewood. You're right, Rosewood. If you ever look at
Rosewood was our first introduction. That was our introduction to that jump.
You ever read the end of Rosewood? If you look in the book, only they say only like 11 people is actually marked down for being killed.
Yeah. I saw that, and they called it a mass murder, a massacre.
Yeah, but they only got 11 people written down in the history books saying that they
but it was it was like 111.
No, it's more than that. Oh, that's the name. Where Rosewood at, yo?
Florida.
That's right. That's who somebody Doobie said it. They just dug their grave up and built the community. I just watched that shit.
Dang.
They just dug, man. It's on it's a TV no, it was on YouTube. I just looked it up. I ran across it. They show their families and how their families was all walking around, and shit was sad, yo. It's in the middle of a park. They was digging up trying to find the remains of all them people, because it was only like 11 to less than 20 people actually written down in history. If you look at if you watch the movie Rosewood, just look at the end of it. There's only like all them people they killed. That's insanity.
Yo, you know, I was somewhere today and I saw. Remember, I was telling you about the medication, Mikey, the ketamine.
Yeah.
Yo, like they really advertising that shit now at different places.
Man,
calling it ketamine therapy. Troy, what up, Troy? Hey, yo, if any of y'all want to join us, we just chatting for the day. You know what I mean? It's 420. We chilling. If y'all want to join the conversation, just hashtag let me talk. I'll add you to it. I'll send you the link. So if y'all try and join us, absolutely, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, yo, like I was like, yo, they really are pushing the psychedelics now, yo. I was like, yo, ketamine.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Look that shit up. That's like the street name is Special K.
I know what it is, but I don't know what it's about. You know what I'm saying? I heard of it.
what they it's I mean it's a psycho they're using it as a psychotropic medication now for treatment because they're saying that this is a better alternative to other drugs, but the way that you take it, it's called transdermal. So it's kind of like a nasal spray,
Mm-hmm.
and you sit at this machine, and the machine slowly pumps the shit. You know what I mean? Slowly pumps the shit through your nasal passage. Hey yo, when I tell you that lady told me that when I drop off, they was like, nah, he can't have this big of a dose. And I was like, what you mean? She was like, last time we gave him this much, this motherfucker after he took it rolled around on the floor for like 2 hours, like a cat. I said, and this is the alternative? Yo, it's some other. When I saw that, I was like, oh no, there's really, really some other shit in play now. Like, yo, ketamine. Like they're using look that shit up. And it like they using that shit to try to help a motherfucker that already hallucinates. So they're giving them a drug that could cause him to hallucinate.
That shit.
Hey,
Wow.
yo, like I read up, like once the lady explained to me what it actually was, I read about that shit. Yo, look that shit up. Ketamine, ketamine. But they're actually opening up ketamine therapy places now, where motherfuckers can go take this shit. It's some places in the South that's microdosing with magic mushrooms.
Man, it's one in Annapolis, bro. It just opened.
They put all the with the mushrooms.
I don't know what they said. I can't speak on what they're doing in there. All I know is that shit there because it's right across from Moon Barbershop. I just put every bit of electric in there. I've been working there for a couple months now.
You said that. You said that.
When you next time you're in Annapolis, you're gonna see the gas station. All right, say you coming and the gas station is Moon on your left. If you look to your right, that was the abortion place, family joint, and right next to it is the mood center, and then it's a little restaurant. It's right across the street from the gas station. I've been working there since like
the mood center. That's what they call the mood
That's
center.
what it's called, the mood center. You go in there. I don't know what type of therapy they do, but I'm telling you some real shit.
Bro.
This some wild shit. When they didn't even open last week. They opened the week this week. It was motherfuckers out there trying to get in there last week. Like, oh, I thought my appointment was today. No, your appointment next Monday, bro. We still working.
That's great. Like, yo, you can get that faster than you can get regular medication that you can, like, that's crazy. They say insurance companies are okaying this shit by the boatload, bro. It's going to be a bunch of motherfucking junkies walking around in the next 10, 15 years, yo, with that shit.
I ain't going to take that long.
Yo, we talking about, Landis, what up? We talking about, there's places now doing ketamine therapy.
How you spell it again?
Ketamine. It's not for heroin users. They're using it for something else, yo. They ain't using that shit for no heroin users. That's the shit they're using for heroin users is Suboxone. And the other shit, what's the name of the other drug? Yeah, Scooter. Scooter, you work in the medical field. Scooter, what you know about the ketamine, yo? Like, type in what you know about the shit, Scooter. I'm telling you, yo, that shit wicked, yo. That shit is wicked. But no, it ain't for heroin users. That's the Suboxone and the other shit, the pink shit that they can drink. The syrup shit. And, yo, yes, yo, it really is Ready B1. Yeah, yes. Yo, that's different, yo. And they're using it for mental health people, for mental health cases. That shit is not safe, yo. Like, that's why That's why the drug Shantix. They've been trying to get.
My name's Jordan, and I own Wilmington Fish Camp. Being a fisherman does cause a lot of aches and pains. So I went to the
They've been
joint.
trying to get.
That commercial going on.
Yes, we sponsorship, baby, sponsorship. We try to get some sponsors. Shit, I'll sponsor this ketamine shit for real if they cut a check, bro.
Hey, y'all don't be hearing them commercials and shit. Niggas be singing the words and shit. How I go? And I was just like, what is the medicine for? They got the symptoms, but don't got no, you know what I'm saying? Like they got a name of this shit, but they got like 80 symptoms that it could be for. Oh, is your back hurting? Your teeth hurt? Oh, you got a cavity?
Right. Do you wake up in the morning and go to sleep
Hey,
at night?
let's see.
Is popping
Hold
up
up,
across
check it
Northern
out, see?
California. They're offering a new type of clinic is popping up across Northern California. They're offering ketamine. That's an FDA-approved anesthetic for treatment-resistant depression. Now, ketamine is a hallucinogen used to open up new pathways in the brain, offering a psychedelic experience to tap into the subconscious. Some doctors say it can also help treat patients with trauma and anxiety. But on the streets, it's often used as a party drug, also known as Special K. And a professor of psychology at Stanford University School of Medicine says it's definitely not for everyone.
Common side effects are...
Hey, what the fuck is kratom? What's kratom?
Rarely, though, some people can experience a bad trip. They may also have paranoia and also, in some cases, may have suicidal ideation.
That sound like PCP to me.
11 on KCRA 3.
They sound like that sound like boat.
Yeah.
Hey, yo,
Hey, see, you ever heard of kratom,
yo.
dog?
What?
I don't know what that shit is, bro.
What is it?
Kratom.
KRATOM. I don't know what it is though.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, dog. It's like a knockoff dope, but they sell that shit in all smoke shops. Basically, the white boy told me that's how that's how you kick like heroin or some shit. But they got that shit everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck is kratom? Cause like when you go some places, nigga, they offer that shit. Like, hey, you need some kratom?
No,
like that shit don't sound like.
Hell no.
Not morphine, Scooter. It's the what's the other drug that that before Suboxone? What's the other drug they was giving heroin addicts?
I know what you're talking about. See,
the shit that be having them leaning.
Yeah, it's the same thing as heroin. It's synthetic.
And I can't think of it. It's a clinic right there on Bestgate where I used to work. It's a
I can't think of that shit.
Check this out.
It's like bars. They like bars.
In Thailand and other parts of South. Kratom is a tropical plant that grows in Thailand and other parts of Southeast Asia. It's made its way to this country, marketed as an herbal supplement. Puffin Stuff in Lancaster has a variety of kratom products on the shelves.
There is powdered leaf form, capsule form.
The manager says they're good sellers.
A lot of people are still trying to get away from opiates in general. I mean, over the prescription drugs and things like that, people want to have a safer and less harmful alternative.
There are no FDA-approved uses for kratom. The agency says it has properties that expose users to the risks of addiction, abuse, and dependence.
In actuality, this is something really dangerous.
LG Health emergency physician Mike Rehart says at low doses, kratom acts like a stimulant, but at high doses, it becomes an opioid, like heroin or morphine.
All the complications of opiates are related to kratom, which can include respiratory depression and death. As a matter of fact, kratom's potency of opiate effect is about 13 times that of morphine.
These bitches crazy.
Considered making this
Just putting anything in
I
there.
can go right now around the corner and buy a 20-pack of capsules.
Yeah,
right
that's what
now
I'm
from the
looking at
gas
too.
station.
That's crazy.
Right from the methadone. That's what it was.
Methadone.
Oh yeah.
Now, listen. We just heard them say they're giving ketamine. It gives you hallucinations. They giving that shit to paranoid schizophrenics, bro.
Them is gonna start killing everybody.
They giving this shit to manic depressive. Yo.
ass. That's crazy.
Yo, that shit is crazy, bro. Like, yo, like I said, when the lady told me what the ketamine shit really was, I was like, are you serious? I said, Special K? She was like, yeah, it's ketamine. I was like, yo, what do you use it for? She was like, it's called the transdermal system. It's called the transdermal, that's how they do it. And they shoot they shoot this shit up your nose like a nasal spray. But like I would go when I would go into clinics, when you walk in, it's quiet, but you just hear this noise. It's like like you just keep hearing that noise. It sounds like somebody drilling something. They showed me it's a chair that you sit in and you lean back, and they got the joint that go in your nostrils, and they connect the shit, and that noise you hear is the machine slowly pumping the shit in your nasal passage.
That's crazy.
I told you, I took the one joint. The lady said that they had to give a different dose to the dude. They gave the dude too big of a dose, and he rolled around on the floor for 2 hours.
You know, that's just like snorting crack. That's just like snorting.
Yes, nigga.
That's insanity. That shit going straight to the dome.
They're giving this shit to mental health patients, bro.
Yeah.
This shit is not an alternative for a motherfucker that suffers from hallucinations. This is not an alternative.
Nah.
They saying it's for depressed people to try to open up their mind. Motherfucker, if you don't go and, I don't know, yo, like it's a whole lot of other things you can do besides snorting that shit. Or forcibly snorting it, maybe I should say. That's wild, yo.
That's crazy. This country,
Like, look like that Delta 8 and Delta 9 shit they selling in the gas stations. It's the alternative. It's like diet THC. I said, yo, I would never in my fucking life, yo. Ever. Are you serious? This shit gonna be like Resident Evil. Who said turning them into something else? This shit gonna end up like Resident Evil in another 10, 15 years, yo.
Yeah, zombie. They got that them zombie movies. They know what they doing.
That should start from somewhere, right?
They know what they doing with them zombie movies.
Yeah. All right, so we all here.
Nah, listen. Reggie said they killing them slowly, but they ain't trying to kill them, Reggie. That's the thing about that shit. They don't, if you die, you can't pay for it. They don't want you die. They want your ass keep being medicated. All that shit gonna do is keep fucking up your mind, and then you're gonna become a dependent, just like with any other drug or alcohol. You're gonna become a dependent on that shit. They're not trying to kill your ass. It would be stupid to kill you. It's stupid for you to go take the drug, but if you take that shit, they don't want your ass die. They want you to live to be 200.
Yo,
the whole 200 years you gonna be paying for that shit. And I guarantee you insurance companies pay for that shit.
Yo, that shit is $1,500 a dose, bro.
I bet you insurance companies, if insurance companies ain't helping pay for it, I bet you in the next year or between now and 3 years from now, they're gonna start paying for that shit.
I work for a pharmacy. We deliver that shit. Yes, insurance companies is paying for that shit.
That's what I'm telling you, bro.
That shit ain't no out of pocket shit. That shit is $1,600 a dose. That ain't no out of pocket shit.
Yeah, they don't want your ass die.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like it's wild. Like when I looked at that shit, I said, "Yo, this shit is crazy." How in the fuck would you want to take? Where do you sit down and agree to doing that shit?
It's because you can't think like me and you. You got to think about a motherfucker. You got to think about a motherfucker that's actually going through that shit and want that shit to stop, or even want that shit to just like we self-medicate ourselves. Some people smoke weed to chill. Some people smoke weed because they got problems and they want that shit out their mind. Same thing with alcohol. So you take a motherfucker that's going through that shit every day of their life. They want that shit suppressed. They want that shit to stop, or they want it suppressed. Give me 2 hours of peace. That's what they thinking. Next thing you know, it's gonna be 4 ass. Then it'll be 5 ass. You be walking around this bitch ready to choke the bitch out for nothing.
And it's for they saying it's for people. Like I at that part I don't like the Chantix. Okay, Chantix is the medication used to quit smoking.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the biggest ingredients. And he said, "Oh shit."
Them little jangles be getting you, man.
Hey, yo, listen.
Hold on, listen, y'all. Nothing is everything.
Right.
Whoa, whoa.
Yo, man.
I got your headache.
Hey, Scooter, that Chantix a common bitch too. That shit, one of the biggest side effects of Chantix is hallucination.
Yeah, man. And they selling that shit hand over foot.
Man.
Yo.
They know what they're doing, bro. The main thing they promoting now is mental health issues. I'll tell you, I'm a conspiracy theorist, but you can call it what you want. First, there was a war on, they started a war on religion. I said this last time we talked about drugs. There's a war on religion because a lot of religion helped a lot of people get clean.
Mm-hmm.
You got motherfuckers that went to jail 100 times, and when they came out the last time, they got with some type of belief.
Something.
And then next thing you know, everybody got these mental health issues. Motherfuckers can't sleep. They're giving people. We talked about the cell phones. If you look it up, all you gotta do is look it up. The light from the cell phones is making people not sleep well. That's why your parents used to always tell you back in the day, stop sitting so close to TV.
Yep.
They said that shit when we was kids. When I started studying the human brain, that shit came up so much about why people can't sleep. And it was saying because of cell phones. Think about it. All that shit started coming in around the same time. One of the main things that I found out about when I was going through depression was when I was alone a lot, my mom was playing tricks on me. But my mom was able to play tricks on me because I wasn't going to sleep. So I wasn't getting no rest. And then all these crazy thoughts in my head. I'm gonna give you a small.
You can't deal with that. Sleep deprivation. That'll drive you ass crazy.
A person can go without food and water longer than they can go without sleep.
Yep.
Imagine doing all 3 of them.
If you stay up for 11 days in a row, you can go and check yourself in somewhere.
Imagine doing all 3 of them shits. The first thing they're gonna say, they're gonna check you. They ain't gonna tell you sleepy. They're gonna say, "Oh, you got some mental health issues, but we got something that can help you go sleep."
Right.
They ain't gonna tell you go home and take your ass bed.
No, that's all you need. That's all you need.
Greeny, I was sitting there complaining because Blue ain't called me right. I was sitting there, my mind playing tricks on me. My mind like, ain't none of my friends calling me, check on me, man. That's fucked up. Fuck my homeboys. Fuck this person. And Blue, my main man. I see Blue on Father's Day. Blue talking about he got motherfucking cancer.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He got way more shit going on than me having some motherfucking depression. But that's how that shit do to you. I wasn't sleeping. I was being by myself a lot. I was drinking and I wasn't eating good.
Furthering that shit, you helping the depression.
I fed that shit. I ain't lying. I tell everybody, that's why I talk about it so much. I fed my depression. I gave my depression exactly what it needed to destroy me. That's why I told you I would never be depressed again in my life.
Yeah.
I had full throttle, all out depression because that's the type of person I am. When I worry about shit, I worry all the way. But now I know how to control my shit. I give you 2 seconds of upsetness from me, and you kiss my ass from then on. I'm serious.
That's all it's worth.
Man, that's all you get.
This nigga said upsetness.
So when you start, you look at them, they be like, oh, you could try this. I had people even telling me, man, Mikey, you need to try this shit. It's all natural. It'll help you go sleep. Man, I was taking that shit and not getting no rest. The first thing I thought, like, man, yeah, I keep saying I need rest. What if God killed my ass and take me home? I would get a lot of rest if my ass did. I'm taking pills. I'm taking them pills on empty stomach.
No good.
I'm damn near dehydrated because I ain't drink nothing but liquor. So now I'm telling you, I know, but man, when I talk off experience. There's no fucking way that I will be taking that shit like that. If I'm schizophrenic, I'm just, y'all better watch the fuck out. Cause them shit they scare me.
That's the thing.
Yeah, nigga, they fuck with you.
Like, this is what they don't tell our community, yo. What they don't tell us is, with regular blood work and a right diet,
everything will lead to it, y'all.
You can take certain medications, yo. It's what we're doing and what we don't do is because a lot of times when black people take psychotropic medications, it's because we had the breaking point.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We don't take it when we don't go and see nobody when we start seeing the signs. We go see somebody when we hit the breaking point. Think about it. Think about how many times your stomach done hurt or your back done hurt and you didn't go to the hospital until you was damn near feeling like you was about to die.
That's true.
Because we've always been taught that that's not something that we can do and get a good shape. Like they say that the medical field to black women is like the police to black men. When I heard somebody say that shit,
I feel like Reggie.
That shit fucked me all up. Yeah,
say it again.
Medication should be taken, but yo, Ben, what do you do for that person that has a child that can't? I've seen situations I've seen situations where kids just fucking bad and they don't need no medication; they just need their ass whooped. But I've seen situations where a child literally cannot sit for 45 seconds because of some shit their parents probably did or something that was given to their mom. Like, yo, like
something that got that, something that that's warranting that action.
Yeah, yo, when our women and when our wives and sisters and daughters start getting pregnant, tell them to research the prenatal vitamins that they get, yo. Man. Like, check that shit, yo. Like, look at what some of that shit got in it, yo. And that shit can affect your child.
Hell yeah.
They don't tell you that. And then what they do is they feed you that medication and then they tell you the best thing for you to do is breastfeed. So not only are you giving it to them in the womb,
you feed it to them through the nipple.
Feeding it to them through your milk.
Through the most purest part.
You see what I mean? So that's
why
they gotta, like, when like I said, man, when our sisters and black women, when they pregnant, tell them, do not take no prenatal vitamins until you research the side of everything about it.
Yeah.
Right.
How it affects black women. Fuck what
think about it, man. They poison them. They poison them babies through the womb.
Facts.
Right.
And then we wonder why. We wonder why our kids can't sit still in class enough to pay attention. And then not only that, add the vaccines to that.
Come on.
Because you know they have sometimes too.
All I can say is, be honest with you, it's been any time when I was taking my heart medicine, right? They gave me some medicine and it slowed me down. it slowed my heart rate down and it slowed my thought process down. So, you know, I always been one to talk a lot. So I started having to think about what I had to say before it just came out. And
that's crazy.
I'm serious. So I stopped taking this shit about a year and a half ago.
Dumbing your ass down.
Everybody like, man, you supposed to take your medicine. They told you take it your heart. I said, listen, I'd rather die like this
than be like that.
Fuck medication than me keep on slowing me down, have me all fucked up thinking I'm because it started worrying me. So now when I'm talking to you, instead of me thinking about what I'm saying, I'm thinking about how it's gonna come out. I'm thinking about all this other shit in my head. And I was like, I ain't taking that shit. I stopped taking that shit. I feel way better. I mean, like, I couldn't even work out.
Yo, I
don't
swear,
take none of that shit. God's
like,
honest truth. I don't take none of that shit.
I mean, even down to where our insurance companies allow us to be seen. Certain insurances get you to certain places and certain doors.
Man, stop that motherfucking dog from whining like that. Tell that motherfucker bark.
Hey yo.
Roof, nigga. Stop that Lord. Roof shit.
My nigga's a singer, bro. Don't do that.
We ain't doing that.
Nigga. What is this? Props? You got props? This nigga got props. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Y'all terrible, yo. But
I know you ain't just bite no glizzy.
You terrible with that. No, they said you bought all of them. You ready to go back to that?
Come on, man. Talk about the topic.
Yes, that's what it tastes like.
Yeah, all them bitches in cahoots, man. All them insurance. They're like, if your kid don't sit down in school, right? They say your kid, the first thing they say is they got a learning disorder.
Hypertension.
How you know they got a learning disorder? Because they're not keeping still to pay attention to you. That shit might not just be something that they like. That same kid will go home.
You know my view on that.
And
you know my view on that shit.
Do everything right on your computer. Fix the computer, tell you how to work your computer, or build something with their hands that the average person can't just build, or draw something that the average person can't draw. Maybe y'all just ain't doing enough to keep their attention. Because the that you say got a learning disorder can sing a whole entire rap song, probably in reverse. So how the fuck you got to learn? These kids, y'all be thinking I worked in the school system with them kids. I worked with some of the kids that was, but they said don't say no kid bad. No, these kids bad as a bitch. They kept giving them medication. So how are you supposed to learn if you like this, right? They give you your medicine. You can't keep still. You all over the place, right? But then they give you your medicine, and now as soon as the medicine hits you, because you fresh, you just starting to use medicine, so your body clean. You a child. Like the first time we ever smoked weed, that weed got us high as a bitch. And that's the one you chase.
It'll never happen again.
That's right. So now take that same thing with a kid who never had a drug in their system, never had no alcohol in their system. Now you altering who they are. Now this motherfucker sitting in class like this. Look,
chilling.
How the fuck he gonna learn? And one of my students was sitting there like this, Mr. Mikey. How am I supposed to learn when she going faster than I'm moving? He just looking around. I say, who going faster than you move? He said, her. Everything she teaching us, like every time I try to write something, I can't keep up with her. I say, that's crazy. Like, and then in the middle, I noticed the same pattern of all of them. Once they got their medicine, they was drowned. They was drained. When that motherfucking high started coming down, that's when they started getting in trouble. Their bodies was picking back up in full throttle, but that medicine still had an effect on them. So now they in between being high and sober.
That's crazy.
And them bitches be Yo, they fighting between being high and sober. Yo, I'm serious. I seen it with my own eyes. I'm very observant, yo. I told my man, I said, yo, I showed all of them boys the effects of all them drugs because the boys was using it. A lot of those kids would use that as a tactic. Every time somebody give them homework or something, or they miss an assignment, they're like, yeah, but y'all know I got a learning disorder. A motherfucker with a learning disorder ain't gonna tell you they got a learning disorder. A motherfucker with ADHD ain't gonna say, you know how motherfucker be like, oh, my ADHD kicked in. Man, you got your ADHD don't kick in. You on ADHD all day, all night. That shit don't kick in, and all that OCD and all that shit. Your OCD, if you ever see a real person with OCD, watch a video of them. The motherfuckers clean up from the time they wake up till the time they go bed. They don't go to work and do something else and then come home and start cleaning their whole house. They clean up everywhere they go. Any of those things. They eat soap.
It's about patterns, yeah.
They eat that shit all day long. My motherfucker was biting deodorant. They think you crazy for not eating deodorant. See, we start feeding our kids this shit too. They give your kids medicine right and they'll tell you, well, he need this because he can't sit down. You ain't never take them to a doctor because if you look at the paperwork, because we did the research on it for the kid, it showed black marks in your brain.
Yes.
That's how they tell if somebody really need that medicine and stuff. They have these when they do the brain scan, they have these spots in your head where they can tell that something's going on with your brain. If you don't have something, people that really suffer from it, they don't take the same medication. They take the medication to try to fight what's happening so it won't get worse, because it's definitely going to get worse. But telling you, okay, Mr. Somerville, Mike Somerville Jr., he needs some medicine because he can't keep still. When I went there and yanked Mike ass up, Mike ain't never get back in trouble in school again, and Mike ain't never used no goddamn medication. If you think he gonna use medication, we're gonna take his ass to another school.
Boom.
Yo, they try to do that shit with my son, yo. They had my son labeled as autistic, yo. And we had to go to Kennedy Krieger and have him, because you know that's what they work with.
Evaluate.
We had to take him to Kennedy Krieger and have him checked out. You know what I mean? They said he's not he's not autistic. He's 8 years old.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yo, listen, and I say this, yo, like this is where the conspiracy hole, this is where the rabbit hole gets deeper.
Yeah, they'll run that shit on your ass if you let them.
You put kids in a classroom with a person that doesn't understand them, and you let that person determine whether or not your child is capable of handling schoolwork or listening and paying attention and sitting still, and they can't even keep your child's attention. Most of them aren't even there to do that. They just there to sit there, hand out the paperwork, do whatever the fuck they're supposed to do, and go home. Now,
hey, bro, them kids don't look like them. They don't give a shit about them kids, man.
Okay, now, then they say, no, Mr. Allen, your son got a learning disability. Why? Because he just doesn't pay attention to the teachers. He doesn't respond like other kids respond. And
he ain't supposed to.
Listen, is he the only student in the class like that? Well, no, but we can't really. I'm guaranteeing you that the other students that are like that, their parents look like me. And they kids, those kids look like my son. I say it's a cultural difference. Yo, Kamala had to like grab my hand. Because yo, like,
no, that's real shit though, bro. A lot of times they intimidate.
Not a learning disability. Yo, my kids had black teachers and didn't have no fucking issues. No issues.
I already know.
So they don't want to tell you it's cultural, but they know what they want to do. So now what you do is you have a child that you say can't sit in class. What's the next alternative school? They go there. Really don't have a behavioral problem, but now they're around kids who really have behavioral problems, and now they on it and they adapt it and they soak this shit up because of the age. What they say between the ages of 3 and 10 is when you soak up the most.
Everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you send these kids in elementary school to these schools and middle school to these schools, and they think, okay, well, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is how I'm supposed to be because this is what they say I am. And now this kid gets worse, and this kid goes out and makes a mistake. They go out and do some shit in the street and make a mistake. God damn it, he's a criminal. He was headed this way from the jump. We saw it since elementary school. That's why he was there.
Yo, intimidated by them kids.
And you know, you got a 16-year-old felon.
Yeah.
And you trying to figure out where the fuck you went wrong. And you didn't go wrong nowhere. All you did was be a parent and try to give your child the best of everything that they could have as far as education. But the education system is linked with the prison system because it's all the same thing. It's conformity. That's
education.
Like and they push our kids to it, and they funnel our kids to it, and they do that on purpose. And they tell us it's for the betterment of the children. But what they don't tell you is when your child takes certain medications, they should be getting blood work done on a regular basis to make sure that it don't have to be changed or tweaked. The same thing they would do with diabetes.
Hey, yo, it's crazy that you say
they got to do the same thing with this other medication too, so that you understand. Okay, he don't need that much.
Hey, see, put Shalonda comment up there on the screen while you talking, please.
All right, but that's what they do, yo. But they tell us, they don't tell us what we know. What we know is you really don't have any interest in the education or betterment of Black children because you don't want them to grow up to be successful Black adults.
That's it.
And be in competition with you. So the best way to do it is to stop them at fucking elementary school. So by the time they're 16, we can get rid of 35% of them.
And listen, that's where integration fucked us over right there.
Facts. Big fucking facts, Greeny.
That part right there. When they can be our doctors and they can be our teachers, nigga, it's rough.
And they can hate us too. Legally hate us.
Yeah.
Because the Ku Klux Klan to this day has still not been recognized as a terrorist organization, I don't believe.
How you gonna call your own self a terrorist?
Right.
Who's gonna do that?
Right.
Hey, see? She couldn't disconnect with her teacher, but kindergarten teacher who was Black was the best. You can tell the difference, and that's true. But they understand and they know how to talk to our kids. A Black teacher know how to look at my son like his mother look at him when he wilding. For real.
Exactly.
And you say, "Oh shit." Like it's just and like motherfuckers can say what they want, but yeah, we was at Rolling Nose, yo, and I said this is a cultural issue. This is not an issue of his mental health.
Nah, start jumping way out there talking some mental health.
How would you know with mental health issues if you just send them to the motherfucker, if you just going off of their behavior? Because they sending kids to special ed as well. And there's no way that states that a kid that has ADHD is mental health issue. I mean, learning disorder.
Right.
They can't keep still to pay attention to the work. That doesn't mean they can't do the work. If they can keep still and pay attention, they could do the work. It doesn't say that. All it's saying is that they can't keep still. But you also got to look at some things also. You got to look at some hereditary things because my mom was an athlete. You see what I'm saying? My mom played all sports. My dad played sports, but my mom played all different sports. Check this shit out. My brother and myself played sports, but my sister was the most dominant of us as an athlete. My sister could play every fucking sport better than us. She just was a female. You know what I'm saying? She played basketball, she dominated. She played baseball, she dominated. So if you think that her and her husband, now her husband ran track, right? They're going to have kids. They might need to have 4 kids for one of those kids to be laid back.
Right.
Because the hereditary part of it is they got genes from athletes, so they're going to be a little bit more up paced. Now you take the genetics that you originally have, and then you take all this motherfucking hormone shit. So now you got a kid that's just a regular athlete, born athlete. And now he got all these hormones in him from the food, all this shit that's going on with our food and shit they, putting in the animals to make them grow faster, putting in the vegetables and shit to make the vegetables and shit grow. You got to add all that shit into it. And ask yourself, the rich white kids and shit, right? We just starting to talk about this shit. They eat at Grawls because Grawls expensive. If you look at the steaks at Grawls always say plant-fed animals. The steaks that you get at Shoppers and shit don't say nothing.
Steak.
So that's what I'm serious. I'm serious, yo.
And that's why I buy my proteins from Grawls.
Yeah, all that shit is going on.
Bullshit you not. Yes, sir.
You can't have a kid just sitting still. And plus, they took away recess from schools.
Did they?
Man, Green. I was working in middle schools and elementary schools and high schools, just dealing with the baddest kids. So I'm like, well, shit, I talk to them during, when they go to recess. They like, recess? The fuck is recess? I said, y'all ain't got no recess. I said, y'all don't got a mental break for the kids? So they go straight 7 hours with straight orders. You go straight to class. They even stopped kids from going to the lockers. Remember, we used to go to the lockers. They gave us an extra little bit time. You had 3 minutes to get to class, and then sometimes you had like 5 minutes to get to class because you had to go to your lockers and shit. They ain't giving these kids no mental break. We get mental breaks at work. They tell us if we go work for 8 hours, we're supposed to get 15 minutes, a half an hour, then another 15 minutes. What the fuck is you doing to the kids? Just sending them straight orders. Go to your next class. Your teacher, as soon as you get to the next class, sit your butt down, do your assignment, get your homework out. Can I go to the bathroom? No. You under straight dictatorship. How the fuck do you expect everybody to be chill?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, again, that's just how it's crazy, like how they break that shit down, yo. And they didn't figure out how to do it from the womb. They didn't figure out how to affect shit from the womb. That's wild, yo. And that's why I say again, they said somebody, Landis, she said they tried saying my son had ADHD because he couldn't stay focused. That little motherfucker was advanced. He was bored. A lot of times that's it too. They see that they think a little bit faster. They're like, oh, we can't have this.
Slow this nigga down.
Yeah, slow him down. Let's send him back. We're going to leave him in kindergarten 1 more year.
Hey, yo, listen. I swear to God, when I think I was in 3rd or 4th grade, I used to walk past this special education class in parole. It was right across from the main office. And I used to see kids in there. They got all these toys and shit and blocks and shit. So I'm like, I asked the lady one day, can I go in that class? And she's like, well, you can't come in this class. And I was like, why? Now, mind you, I'm in like 3rd grade. She said, because you got to be special to come in this class. I'm thinking like, bitch, I'm special.
Right.
So I said, well, what you got to do to get in the class? And she said, oh, well, you would have to take a test. This is real shit. Yo, she said, you would have to take a test. I said, well, I could pass a test. And she said, well, the way you get in this class is you would have to fail the test. Now, see where I'm going with this shit, right?
Yeah, I know.
Bruh, I swear to God. In like 3 days, they came and got me from out my class and took me in that motherfucker, right? Now, mind you, I couldn't see who was in the class. I could only see the blocks and motherfucking balls and cages and shit, right? Bro, I get in this bitch and it's all the bad ass kids.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers in 6th grade. I'm in like 2nd or 3rd. These motherfuckers look like they supposed to be in high school. And it's all the problem children.
Yeah.
I get in that bitch. I say, hey, I want to take that test again.
Let me try.
I swear to God. Listen.
Pass with flying colors.
Nigga, I passed that. I was done the test so fast. Man, they took me back to my class, and I always tell people this story that if I wanted, she showed me how to get in special ed, my nigga.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And I tell people that shit because no black woman wouldn't have did that.
Fuck, nah.
You told me, nigga, you
you ain't going in there.
Right.
You ain't going there at all.
She walked me right in that bitch.
When they bust us from Georgetown East to Green Street Elementary in town,
yeah,
they threw our ass straight in special ed.
That's crazy.
No, my mom ain't even know. Ralph's mother ain't even know. Ralph's mother was one of the most strictest mothers you gonna ever meet. She made Ralph and them read books every time they got in trouble. Ralph was down that bitch and could read better than everybody, right? But my mom found out they went down that bitch like, nah. How y'all know they supposed to be in special ed? Y'all ain't giving nothing. We chilling because the work easy. So we young, like we in the 4th grade, 3rd grade when we got shipped over there. We like, shit, the work easy. We finish our work. We in that bitch getting all types of snacks and shit. Come find out. My mama said, nah, you ready to take his ass back upstairs. My mother went the fuck off over that bitch.
Hey, listen, you ain't even know, dog.
I ain't know.
They just rolled y'all. That's fucking crazy.
I was in that bitch chilling. I never even experienced racism until I went to Green Street Elementary. They did not want us there. And they stuck our black asses right downstairs. And they fixed that shit though. But
that's crazy.
Man, you got and his parents. Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing I noticed. When I was in the school system, people could say whatever they want. All you gotta do is tell a black person something, especially when those mothers that work a lot. All you gotta do is tell them something about their kids, and they be like, "Oh, okay, because he bad at home." Nah, you don't supposed to tell nobody that shit. What happened in the household? You supposed to leave that shit home because they like, yeah, I know he bad as shit at home. Nah, rectify that shit at home then. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get their ass straight, but you don't tell them that they bad at home because the first thing they gonna say, and they threaten people too. Like they threaten to take you from your household.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck all that. I told him, I said, if y'all think that my son gonna be putting some drugs in him, I tell you what, this no bullshit, son. I never went back to school for Mike again. My son never got a referral. My son never got no disciplinary acts. Where though I had to go to the school, I went there that one time. And they told me they're gonna have to put him on medicine. When Mike seen me walking that motherfucking room. And I grabbed his ass up. They're like, no, you can't do that in here. Shit, this one belongs to me.
Shit, fuck you.
You're like, Mr. Somerville, you got to calm down. I say, listen, this one belongs to me. And I ain't even signed Mike out of school. I walked his ass straight out the front door. By the time we got home, I ain't even put my hands on him. I struck straight fear in his ass. That boy sat in that car and would not say a word. And I took him home and we talked. Mike, I better not ever come back down to school again. And the only other time he got in trouble, he got into a little fight over a slinky. The boy kept taking a slinky, but and he didn't even get suspended for that. But every time I went to the schools after that, the teacher was like, "Oh, your son is such a pleasant child to be around. He motherfucking teacher's pet up in that bitch." Yeah, I'm not exaggerating. He was, yo. You know how respectable my son is. I was already going, hey, how the fuck I'm gonna be growing up my whole life being a disrespectful, badass kid and then let my son do the same thing? No, I took that shit right up out him. I was warning my mother. I gave my mother all types of headaches when I was young. You think you're gonna do that shit to me? No, I'm gonna break the cycle. I broke the cycle on his ass on both my kids.
That's what they do, though. They get those parents that they know work a lot. Those parents that they know it's really hurting them to have to come to the school.
That's right.
We got an alternative. You don't have to keep coming to the school. Just go have them take it. We recommend this right here. Go have them seen and have them take this. And
but you know the school get money too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Schools get more money because they get paid extra money for handing out medication. So they trying to get more kids to use it.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. But listen, hey fellas, I gotta get ready to jump up off here, fellas. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. This is a real good conversation.
All right,
I gotta go put these kids to bed.
Ready, man.
I'm gonna keep on listening. I'm gonna jump in the comments.
All right, though.
I bet.
Peace.
Yeah, they pay them schools. I didn't know that shit. But I was going to you remember how I was telling you that when I was working with the kids every month we had to go to the courthouse, and I sat in the courthouse and I seen all this data from schools and all that shit, and it's crazy because the worst kids of drug use and behavior and shit was Savannah Park and Broad Neck area. Them bitches do some. Them motherfuckers was up there doing gang suicides and shit. Motherfuckers
the glue and shit. That was heavy up there in Broad Neck and Savannah
man,
Park.
Listen, Broad Neck and Savannah Park, when I was in school, had the biggest. Like I came from 20 and had go Broad Neck. They had big drugs.
Yeah.
Like they had big drugs. I don't know if you remember them motherfuckers got busted up there. They had all them goddamn them funny cars and everything. The bitch had all types of muscle cars and all types of shit. Yeah, they had big drugs. The kids, they go away on vacation and we go into motherfucking parties with teenagers that staying home while their parents out of town. And that bitch was like, motherfucker, they had every drug you could name up, man, bitch.
Absolutely. I said, like, the first time I saw a kid use cocaine, it was a white kid, California. Never seen a black child a teenager using cocaine. White all the time. Absolutely. Some of the most psychedelic drugs I've ever experimented with, I got from my Caucasian friends. Absolutely. They party way different.
Yeah.
But it's again, it comes down to they know a lot of them in certain situations, unless they go off the deep end, they know that, they'll have someone who will their family's not gonna let them go too far off the pier with it. And like you said, that when they go away, or I'm going on vacation, I'm out sick, motherfuckers being rehab, and you know what I mean? Like, and that's another thing. Like a lot of insurances don't cover certain rehabs. You know what I mean? Like rehabs that you need to be in, not outpatient, like inpatient rehabs. You know what I mean? A lot of people's insurance, like it covers it, but it don't cover the smaller things that help too. You know what I mean? So like it's crazy.
You know what I always wonder how as a powerful as country we are, and how could you have private schools and regular schools? I never understood the method of that. I never understood how you could have, just because you could afford to pay for better education when you should be trying to better educate everybody. I never got that. I used to ask that question when I was young all the time. I never got an answer from nobody. Like they thought I was tripping off that shit when I was young. I used to always say that shit. Like, why is there a private school? Like, why? What gave y'all the audacity to say let's have a private school?
And it's again one of those things. Like, it's to create a separation. You know what I mean? Like, everybody can't pay $20,000 a year for their kid to go to school.
Right, to get a better education but the teachers be going to the same schools. Like this,
what are you really paying for?
Systematic. It's systematic racism because the teachers go to the same schools.
Because you're paying for you're not necessarily paying for the education. You're paying for the exclusivity. Because a lot of times, private school is maybe 15 kids in the class. You know what I mean? You're not paying for the teaching. You're not paying for the education. You're just paying for the education in a controlled environment. where your child don't have no reach to certain things that you don't want them to be around, namely probably other people. You know what I mean? Public school, you know what I mean? Public school, anybody can go.
You said it, controlled environment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a more controlled environment. And that's why a lot of times, like politicians and them motherfuckers, a lot of them don't be coming from public schools. They be coming from private schools, and they learn conformity early, which is why they're able to navigate through politics so well, because politics is basically conformity and getting people to agree to conform to certain laws and rules that you have in place. So you know what I mean? Like it makes you feel like you're in a different set of dynamics too. You know what I mean? It puts you in a different set of dynamics. Same thing with like when you go to college and you got Ivy League. Like you got college, you got community college. You got Ivy League college. Community college, everybody can go. College, most people can. Ivy Leagues, everybody can try.
Yeah.
Everybody can try for the Ivy Leagues, but everybody's not guaranteed to make it, though. And when they say that they could level the playing field, the only way that the playing field is being leveled is for opportunity. We'll give you a chance, but it don't mean we got to give it to you. You know what I mean? So, for the most part, like that whole system thing, like the fact that we just sat here in the past hour and like broke it down, like how they start from the womb all the way up into school. And a lot of times they try to hide it to us or tell us it's something else or it's something wrong with your child when it's not. It's a system that's set to send your child a certain way because they don't want all of them to consider themselves elite.
I wonder if that same child that they say, I'm just wondering, I don't know. I wonder if you take that same child that's bad as shit and put them in a private school with less students in class and the teacher can give them a little bit more attention than the ones with the 30. I wonder how they probably would thrive just like everybody else.
75 to 80% of them would thrive very much so, and probably advance faster than the ones that have been there for years. Because now all they have to focus on is getting an education.
Yeah.
Ain't no other, you ain't even at home. Now some might develop homesickness and that might cause an issue, but a lot of times kids will thrive like that. And speaking of school, while we're talking about it, did you watch the video? Did you see the video?
Which one?
The teacher and the student, the girl
yeah.
student and the teacher.
I would have whipped her ass too. The teacher was about that life though. Like when she I think she could have handled it a little bit better before it got bad. But the teacher, and I know why she did it, because I seen this shit myself with my own two eyes. I seen teachers, teachers' aides, I seen the police, I seen the principals try to, get these kids to calm down, and then the kid swing on them, or the kid walks up on an aggressive behavior. All my life, when I was young, and I used to fight and shit all the time, I got known for hitting people first. If you walk in close to me, everybody like, what's up? You want to fight? No. As soon as you walk up close, I hit you. I'm not answering that question. The answer was with that right hook. So what I'm saying is when that little youngin walked up, what am I supposed to do as a teacher when I see all these videos of these teachers these students beating the shit out teachers over a cell phone? I'm so sick and tired of seeing videos of kids losing their fucking minds over their cell phones. But then I leave my cell phone home and drive out my house and like be ready buck a U-turn in the middle of traffic to get back home, get my motherfucking cell phone. See, these things that we feeding our kids and feeding us, we got to think about the effects that they have on us. The average person right now can't leave out without their cell phone. Somebody pick up your cell phone, you gonna bite, and you on the phone on another phone on a private line. I mean, on a home line, and you at work, and somebody just walk up and come pick up your phone. I don't care if you're on the business joint. You can be like, hold on, yo, what the fuck is you doing with my phone?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
True shit.
This how I'm serious, because I seen it. The shit that we have, that shit like that takes over our mind. The first time I ever played Call of Duty, right? I put the headphones on and I got online and I started playing. This was like 8:30 at night. I didn't stop playing until like 5 o'clock in the morning. I had to get up and get dressed for work, to be to work at 6. I don't remember what I ate, except I seen chicken bones next to me. I don't remember going upstairs getting the chicken. I don't remember going take a piss. I don't remember going get nothing to drink, but I had a glass next to me. I was so into that. And then I'm an adult. So these things are taking over these kids' minds. But look at what they're doing to us too. So how you expect the kid not to act out like that when you know as an adult we're gonna act out like that? So if you go out to dinner, right? You go out to dinner and look around you. You see all these adults sitting at a table on their cell phones. You got a motherfucker driving a car with a cell phone in their hand. Why in the fuck is y'all allowing kids to have cell phones in school if they're such a distraction? That shit is a distraction. If another kid take their phone and hide their phone, they stealing phones, they doing all this shit, and it's over phones. So with the way that people act over phones and shit, if I was that teacher, I would have popped their ass too. Because I'm serious, people going crazy over shit like that. That shit will get you fucked up.
No, I get it.
You see remember the girl took the dude's phone? It was a video where the girl took the dude's phone and jumped in his car. This nigga bust the window out. She trying to go through his phone. He bust the window out of his own car, bro. Come on, man. You think I wouldn't have whipped her ass if she had walked up on me for her phone? She was gonna fuck that lady up. She said, "Oh, my mother."
And she
my mother
asked her, she said, "Look, just back up. Back up. You need to back up."
Yeah. She was roughing her off back up though. She like, you better back fuck up.
Right. Yeah, she was roughing her off.
Right. She was about to.
I you know how I feel about it. Like,
your ass up too.
You want to be an adult? You want to act like an adult?
I'm whipping your ass.
I said, you play grown games, she want a grown ass prize. Plain and simple. Like, I mean, yes, of course, people feel like that it could be. It could have been handled differently. That's always the case after it happens.
Right.
That's always the case after it happens. But when it's happening, ain't nobody thinking about, oh man, tomorrow we're gonna be thinking we could have handled this different. Nah, especially like you say, with students attacking teachers and motherfuckers shooting up schools and shit.
Yeah, you see the one with the white boy? I mean, the black boy beat the teacher up, the lady teacher.
Yeah.
Man, he ran up and knocked her ass the fuck out. And then just kept beating on her, kicking her. Man, over a phone. I see, man, these motherfuckers. Wow.
Yeah, yo, and again, like, it's I my kids know. What was you doing on your phone that got your phone taken? At the end of the day, you ain't gonna do no whole bunch of arguing and fussing over the phone. If the teacher was wrong, when me and your mother go to settle the shit, we'll know.
Right.
We'll know how to deal with it when we go to get the phone. Because we're gonna ask the questions that you don't need to ask. But sit your ass down, let that bell ring, and then after school, if you can, call me and your mother and let us know what's going on, and then we'll deal with it.
Easy.
But you don't stand up and put your hand in no adult face and threaten to fight no adult or turn up or nothing on your mama, and especially swing, because you're gonna get that ass whooping at school, and you got another one lined up for you when you get home. So you're gonna be losing all day. We don't. Nah, that's not. Nah. Like we know what the education system is to our kids, but at the same time, you got to be able to practice some kind of decorum.
Yeah, you got to watch this shit, y'all. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And you don't have to do that. It's a phone, like you said. It's just a phone. Bring your ass home,
and
we'll deal with that, and we'll look at the phone. Because, like I said, when I talk to the teacher, I'll be able to know if it was fair or unfair. Because the teacher gonna tell you when they tell you why they took the phone. But if you on the phone, because my first question is, what were you doing to make your teacher take the phone?
Right. Most parents be like, why you take my kid's phone and ain't take nobody else's phone? Watch this shit real quick. Just watch this shit, bro.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
This is my terrible, bro.
Check it out. Bam. Look, bam, bam. Bam, bam.
And the motherfucker just walking by like.
Look how he beat on her. She out. All this shit over a fucking video game or a phone or some shit. A substitute teacher and a student. You see what I mean? So, like, how did that other teacher, what she was supposed to wait till that happened to see if she gonna get knocked out or not? Look at all them people holding him down.
He's going to jail.
He only like 16.
Man, he's going to jail.
Because she took his Nintendo Switch away. This happened in February. I seen that video. I said, look at it. Watch him. She took a Nintendo Switch. Bam! That's great. Look, stomp her ass out. She sleep. That's enrage. That's rage.
Yeah.
She ain't fighting back. He beating her ass. Look, they pushed him off. He's still kicking at her. But check this shit out. You could tell how enraged he is because he never attacked nobody else. Look, he ain't fighting nobody else. All he doing is trying to get at her. And you.
And he wasn't a behavioral motherfucker.
I don't know.
Yeah, because that's crazy.
But even if he was, it's just the fact that his direct rage came from her taking a Nintendo Switch. He went straight at her. After the teacher grabbed him, he didn't swing at the other teacher or fight off the other teachers. He just kept kicking his body. He kept kicking her. That's rage, bruh. That's how you kill somebody and then wake up and like, as I did that. Because right now he probably sitting at home like, damn, I ain't mean to do it like that. He put his hands on her. No. So now you look at that one and look at the other one with the teacher, the female teacher. And what was that female teacher supposed to do?
Oh, no, listen, like I said, playground games,
Rocky Mount
grown ass prizes.
Now a fight involving a student and a substitute teacher at Rocky Mount High School. A profanity-laced video has surfaced and shared online multiple times. It shows the pair arguing over a cell phone and then everything turning physical. Take a look.
Why does the rules not apply to everybody else? That's my phone. No, you did not keep nobody else's phone. And you finna give me my don't touch me. That's not my phone.
Situation continues to escalate, obviously, to this moment. Both the student and the substitute teacher swinging at each other within seconds. The student is on the ground, restrained by the sub, disturbing all the way around. It is important to point out.
See, now I think I don't think that I would have beat the kid while he was on the ground. I think I would have had, once I got on top of him, if he didn't get no more hits in, I probably would have held him. But if he had hit me again, I probably would have headbutt him or something. I would have kept fighting him if he had kept fighting me. But once I got him on the ground, but like I say, you could say that, but that's a woman, and these kids are attacking people. You cannot discipline kids anymore in school. They get straight aggressive.
Yeah, well, Yeah, Landis, you're right. She fucked around and found out.
She know now.
Absolutely. I bet she won't attack another motherfucking teacher.
And now that teacher probably ain't gonna never be able to teach again over some fucking cell phone.
And that's the thing of it. They was like, well, the teacher got to take accountability. I said she is. She's probably not going to get another job teaching in that school district or nothing. That's her accountability. And she might get charges if the parents decide to press charges. That's her accountability. I was like, yo, that's crazy. But yeah, yo, people getting tired of that shit, man. People don't want people fucking kids cussing them out, man. Like swinging on them and shit. Like, listen, yo. For me, it's, you know, yeah, she did. She absolutely did say fuck them kids.
That shit, you don't know.
And fuck them kids was a teacher.
I remember when I was doing the Yes program, the kids was running around punching each other in the stomach and shit. One of my students, man, he banged my ass right up me middle. Every time I talk to him, he always bring that shit up. I ain't do nothing. You know, they got cameras everywhere. We walked into that gym. About 45 minutes later, after he hit me, I sucked that shit up. He rocked me too. He knocked the wind out me and everything. I walked. I sucked that shit up. I ain't say nothing. They like, hey, Mr. Mikey hurt. Mr. Mikey hurt. I ain't say nothing. We went in there, did our little lessons. We walked in that gym. That door closed. He walked in that bitch. Pass the ball to me. Soon as he reached his arms up. Wow! I mean, I hit his ass in his stomach so hard that bitch. He couldn't even breathe. Only in like the 7th grade, I like to kill this little dumb ass. That's what he say. Hey, no. Every time some new kid coming in want to wrestle or play, they like, man, y'all better not fuck with Mr. Mikey, man. Mr. Mikey don't play. Remember that time I hit Khalid? I hit Khalid ass like to kill him, man. I swear to you, I hit him as hard as I could, right in his stomach. And everybody was like, oh, they look. I walked to the door, they haul at. They're like, no, Mr. Mikey. I said, I ain't hit you. I said, I know. Hit me and watch what I do. I'm gonna try to break your motherfucking ribs.
Yo.
Now you think I ain't crush his little ass?
Oh, the girl mother said she ain't mad and the girl was gonna get a replay because she don't fuck. Hey, well, there you go. Like I said, she lost 2 times that day. You lost 2 ass whoopings over phone. You should have sat your ass down till the bell rang. But what time? Oh shit, nigga, it's 10 o'clock, man.
Yeah.
It's late. We running late. We ran late tonight now. Thank you everybody for joining us. Shout out to Greenie for joining us for the night. Everybody go home, roll up, burn one. Shout out to my wife.
Back and rolling up that Huff.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Huff. Huff it down.
Gummies that you can handle some little weak ass gummies.
Undercover agent. Huff it down Dundee.
Shit. Shit. You know better.
And his motherfucking wife. Huffapatra Jones. Huffapatra Jones.
What'd you say? I ain't hear you. Don't make me mute you again. No. Oh, Landon said, what's up, man?
Hi, Landis. Mikey, we breaking up. Fuck that. I'm done with you this year.
Hey.
Friendship, I can't take you no more.
I'm sorry.
Friend and shit. Karina put up with you now. You just show no.
All right,
bring the toilet paper. Now you don't know how to act.
Roll your weed up in toilet paper.
Right, dog. Yeah, absolutely.
I bet you your punk ass gonna smoke with us.
Look. You know, he don't fuck around. Mike said, nah, it's Huff. Yeah. He was hating on the Huff today. The Huff hater. The Huff hater.
Yeah, I mean, I'm serious, yo. I always say I don't know how y'all smoke weed because y'all smoke this like 12 times back to back.
No, we don't.
When I be at cookouts, I be seeing motherfuckers just keep rolling up. I'm like, damn, You just smoke. When you gonna get high? Just get chronic.
That's that backyard boogie shit.
That's what I'm saying. No, but they be saying that shit. You know, that's the blicky. That ain't it.
Fire shit. You ain't got to smoke every hour in the hour when you got fire shit.
They be like, smell this. I'm like, yeah, that's strong, but every 5 minutes they rolling up.
He got it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Where he is?
But yo, like I said, if I smoke 8 o'clock in the morning, I really don't need to smoke no more until like 1 2 o'clock.
I mean, I'm ready to smoke at 9.
You see what I mean?
Moderation.
My lungs different.
Nah, that's that huff.
Ooh, nigga, I don't smoke nothing under motherfucking 28%.
Hey.
Right. Yeah.
You said what?
Yeah, I don't smoke street weed, sir. I don't smoke that. I smoke the ballerist of Chivas.
From the I would probably smoke weed if it was regular weed. Y'all call it Reggie.
It is regular.
Yeah.
This is the thing. What they call Reggie is actually backyard boogie. The shit that we smoke now is regular weed.
What?
But
man, that shit ain't no regular weed. That shit got all types of chemicals in it and processed by man. That shit y'all don't even listen to Bob Marley. Everybody that smoke regular weed listen to Bob Marley. Y'all don't even listen to
much Bob Marley y'all listen. Hey yo, all right, Hugh Hefner. I'm out here. Oh man. You wild, yo.
You don't even listen to Bob Marley.
Motherfucking Hugh Hefner. You know what I
mean? Duck, they shooting.
Hey, yo. All right, B, and let you holler. Everybody, thank y'all for joining us, man. We get up with y'all next week, man.
Hey, don't forget Saturday, yo.
Yeah, Saturday. I'll be down there, yo.
All right. We're going to what's the name tomorrow if it's nice out. But y'all can't hang out.
What, Juicy King?
Yeah.
All right, if you go, you know what? You trying to go Juicy King tomorrow?
Go up there and hit some karaoke songs.
I'm gonna go with. I ain't got no friends.
Rita might like you.
I know Rita like me.
I say might. I don't know. I don't speak for nobody else.
Let's take this shit. Hey, yo. All right, Mikey. Thank you.
All right, B. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I don't know. All right.
I still choreograph and write all of this shit. Like I was still that nigga. You know, I just thought I'd let y'all know that before we let go. Nah, happy 420. Go roll one. Enjoy the rest of your night. Love y'all. Peace.